Hi, and welcome back to Your Autism Game Plan. I'm Joya Vanderlun. I'm a family nurse practitioner, I'm a functional medicine specialist, and I'm also an autism mom. Today, I want to tell you a little bit about Floortime or DIR therapy. This is a therapy option that's often used instead of ABA, and so I'm kind of going to contrast the Floortime approach a little bit with ABA in this video. Now it's interesting because in certain areas it seems like Floortime is preferred, and in certain areas it seems like ABA is preferred. So it kind of depends on where you live, what you might find the most of. For instance, in our area where we live in Illinois, it seems like there are many ABA therapy companies and not so many Floortime therapy companies. Now, when I talked to somebody who lived on the East Coast, their area was much more Floortime heavy and less ABA heavy. So it's interesting that it kind of depends where you live. Now, Floortime therapy is much more relationship based versus ABA therapy that is much more data driven. Floortime focuses on relationships, communication, expression of emotions, and kind of getting into the child's world and developing relationship with them and having them become invested in relationship with whoever the therapist is. Now, as opposed to ABA, where there is a therapist or a behavior tech performing the therapy, with Floortime, you can have a therapist do this. However, parents can become quite easily trained in the Floortime method as well. And so it's not about the child is in therapy or not in therapy, but it's more about kind of a parenting style. You can apply the Floortime techniques everywhere and anywhere, and in fact, they're more effective if you kind of make this your parenting style. So it's a little bit more all-encompassing, which is really appealing to a lot of people. Floortime therapy involves joining the child where they are, playing with them how they want to play, interacting on their terms. Then by using that bond, that relationship, we can kind of harness that and then coax them over time to interact, to think, to relate in more preferable ways. But first we join them where they are and we kind of help to pull them along with us where we want them to go. Just like with ABA, sometimes insurance will pay for Floortime therapy, especially if the Floortime therapist happens to also be a licensed therapist, like an occupational therapist or a physical therapist or a speech therapist. So definitely look at your insurance to determine what kind of therapies are covered and what are your choices. Now, if you're in the United States and your child is under 3, then they will probably qualify for at least an evaluation through the early intervention or EI system. If that's the case, and if they qualify for therapy, very often you can find a Floortime specialist, therapist, to do a lot of your continuing therapy for your child. If you'd like to learn more on Floortime therapy, you can either pick up the Engaging Autism book, again, quite a read, or you can do some searching online. A very helpful website is the Interdisciplinary Council on Development and Learning, the ICDL. I'll post the link for you, but they have some really helpful information on Floortime as well as other things that I found useful and I hope you will find useful as well. Well, I hope this has been a helpful introduction to Floortime and a little bit of a comparison to ABA as well. If you'd like more information, please visit our website, www.yourautismgameplan.com, and we would love it if you would follow us on social media. We're on Facebook and Instagram, and we are on YouTube, and of course, we also would love for you to join our email list. When you join the email list, you will get the free sleep video, how to get your child to sleep and get them to stay asleep. So we hope that's helpful for you as well. Thanks again for joining me. Remember, be gentle with yourself. You're doing a great job.